All right. Good evening, everyone. This is Rebecca with Red True Crime, and it's been a crazy day. Let me just say that. Um, Found out I am on medical leave until Monday, which is kind of crazy. Not excited about that, but that gives me time to do this, I guess. And just the things that have been popping up in the news media has just been so much, so much. So, welcome to Red True Crime. And I'm your host, Rebecca, as I always am. And if you are new to this channel, welcome. And if you're new to the Facebook feed, welcome. I'm on two different platforms right now. And let's see, what else can I talk about? If you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. It's free, doesn't cost anything, helps with the algorithm. And if you are new to Facebook, please send stars. It helps fund the channel, helps keep me in potatoes or whatever stars, whatever you want to call it. Um, so there we go. But as you see in the title on YouTube, we're going to talk about Shannon Sharpe. We're going to talk about Carmelo Anthony, and we're even going to talk about Lori Daybell, the Doomsday Mom, as she is known. And on Facebook, you guys did not get any type of description. So, like I said, we're going to talk about Shannon Sharpe. We're going to talk about Carmelo Anthony, Lori Daybell, and whatever else pops up in my head. So let's see. So it came out yesterday that Shannon Sharpe has been hit with a $50 million lawsuit, and he's being accused of all kinds of nefarious sexual things against a woman who's going under the pseudonym of Jane Doe. Now, she is being represented by Tony Busby. Now, those of you who don't know who Tony Busby is, make sure my volume is up. If you don't know who Tony Busby is, he is the lawyer that's representing most of the people that are claiming to be. And notice my words here. I use the word claiming because nothing's been proven yet. So don't take this as me disbelieving anybody. Just it's a claim. But he is representing most of the women that are most of the women and men that are claiming any type of sexual battery that at the hands of Puffy Combs or P Diddy or Sean Combs or whatever name he goes by at the hour. So he has hit Shannon Sharpe with a $50 million lawsuit. Now, what's interesting is the girl in question, her name has since come out. Her name is Gabriella Zuniga. So the whole Jane Doe thing didn't last very long at all because Shannon Sharpe pretty much like released her name out there because he's like, he ain't playing. He's like, I'm not taking this lying down. I'm going to fight back. And I'm almost wondering if that was the wise thing to do at this point. However, I'll get to that. So you hear this, and I'm like, I know who Shannon Sharpe is. I'm not a huge, sports fanatic or anything like that, but I know who Shannon Sharpe is. My late husband used to watch The Undefeated with him and Skip Bayless to go back and forth. So I'm aware of who Shannon Sharpe is. I also am aware that Shannon Sharpe likes Pomeranians and has Pomeranians that he dresses up in clothes and whatnot, which is kind of weird for a big dude, but okay, whatever. No judgment here. I also know he's not married. I know he has kids. He's never been married. He was a football player, all these things. Would I ever think of him being a predator of the sexual nature? Probably not because of the dogs. I'm not going to lie. I saw a video of him going to the airport, picking up a prize Pomeranian, and it was unbelievably like the sappiest thing I've ever seen, especially from a man that could literally like crack my head with his like thumb and index finger. Um, so anyway, this woman is claiming all these things that he manipulated her, that he controlled her, that he assaulted her multiple times against her will. And that's basically the gist of what she's saying. And Shannon Sharpe's like everything he did with her was consensual. What else is he going to say? He's not going to admit that he did anything wrong. So, he's going to come out and say everything was consensual. Now, this Gabriella Zuniga, she was 19 years old when they met. This was in 2023, so we're in 2025. So she's roughly 21, maybe even almost 22 years old at this point. Shannon Sharpe is like 56. I'm not a huge fan of like really young girls dating really much older men. I'm not a fan of that. And that same thing with like way older women dating much younger men. I'm not a huge fan of that. Let me tell you why. I just don't see how you have anything in common. I mean, not saying that a relationship like that can't be successful. I just don't think they usually are on the average. But to each his own. And in all this, it has come out that because Shannon Sharp released a statement today, he said, "Hey, I'm being accused of this, and her name is Gabrielle Zuniga, and she goes by the name of Carly on OnlyFans." And I'm like, "Oh, he's messing with an OnlyFans persona. Okay, all right, it gets more intriguing." Now, she's claiming all of these assaults on her being during the time they were together. Okay, actually, okay, she's claiming this. She's claiming that one time he was over at her apartment or house, and she was frightened of him because he supposedly had a firearm, and she tried to drop a pin on her iPhone to let her friends know where she was, and he saw that and took it away, took her phone away, and threatened to like kill her. All these things. I don't know. So here's my thing. You've been assaulted. You're claiming you've been assaulted many times, egregiously, aggressively. And this, I mean, and according to your statement, your last assault happened in January of this year. Okay. Now I'm probably gonna have people coming at me for this, but how does this not appear to be a setup? Because my thing is this: everybody that's involved with the P Diddy lawsuit, the R. Kelly lawsuit, any of those lawsuits that have happened, these are people who were victimized and stayed silent for like decades, right? So the statute of limitations are up, therefore they can't be criminally prosecuted for these, specific crimes against these women, which is why they're doing the civil lawsuit thing. I get that, because people who are assaulted don't always come forward and notify the police. I get that, I am one of those people myself. So I understand that. But Gabriella Zuniga doesn't have that issue. I mean, she was just assaulted per her no more than 3 months ago. So there's no statute of limitations issue right there. There isn't. And so why are we going straight to lawsuit and not reporting him to the police? That's my only thing on that. I mean, I'm not calling her a liar, but I just think it's weird that she didn't at least try to get a criminal charge against him, because you go after him criminally, that bolsters any civil lawsuit you may bring down the road. Just a thought. All right. So I was on the fence, and not really so much on the fence, but I was kind of like leaning towards Shannon Sharp, like, okay, maybe this girl's going for a cash grab because he just announced he's working on $100 million contract for his YouTube stuff and his channel, Club Shay Shay and all that, and that's a lot of money. And then the text messages started coming out, and it was more like he released them saying, this is how this was consensual. And you see the whole, I want you to put a dog collar on me and do me from behind and kinky stuff. And what else was she saying? It was like, oh, I want you to put a big black baby in me. I want that baby gravy. Makes your skin crawl hearing these kind of things. 'Cause I don't think I ever want to hear the term baby gravy ever again, to be honest with you. But these are things, these were in these text messages and they're all over the internet. So, everybody can listen to them. And I'm kind of like, okay, it sounds like she was literally trying to set up a payday, like try to get pregnant to have him be on the hook to her for child support and whatever for at least 18 years, you know? And then I heard this. This came out. her attorney released this recorded phone conversation between her and Shannon Sharpe. And I might play it. I'm gonna let you all hear it, and then I'm gonna give you my 2 cents.
Like, I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like I'm gonna hang up for you. What does that even mean? Okay. I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me. Oh Lord, have mercy. You said that one went to try over. Um, um, I don't. You know what? Well, I don't want to be choked. I don't think you have a choice about it.
Okay, so you've got that. Which was a little disturbing to hear. Being honest here, it's a little disturbing. According to Shannon Sharpe, and based on the text messages that he shared that were between him and her, it sounded like they had a very rough, consensual relationship. Um, but and however, that conversation where he's like, "If you say that again, I'm gonna come and choke you," didn't sound like it was like a role playing thing. It sounded like he was pretty ticked off and like, how dare she say these things? So, and Shannon Sharpe is not one to not be mired in scandal. I mean, he was working for CBS and he was let go because of something similar. He was harassing or something with a younger staff member, and then he was on Undisputed with Skip Bayless, and that got contentious and possibly violent. You know, he blew up, and so they had to go off of that and come on to doing what he's doing now, and now this. So I do think he was set up. I think this girl went into this relationship hoping for a payday. But and however, I can't get past him threatening to choke her. I can't. I can't get past it. I mean, it's I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to think he's a bad guy, but I don't know. I mean, let me know what you all think on that because it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. If you Google any of the videos with him and his dogs, and then you listen to this audio, it's hard to put that together at all. It really is. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, I don't know. But let's move on. Because like I said, Shannon Sharpe made a statement. He accused Tony Busby of basically shaking him down. It's, blackmail. It's he goes after and tries to take down black men. I think that's a stretch, but if you look at some of his more high profile cases, Diddy, Jay-Z, Deshaun Watson, these are all people he has represented people against or represented people that were against these other people. So I don't know. I really think he's kind of, I don't know, playing the race card a little bit, but who's to say? All right. So that's it on Shannon Sharpe. Like I said, I really think this girl set him up for a payday, and I think it came back and bit her in the butt. But that's just my thought. Okay, so Carmelo Anthony. My, oh my, oh my, Carmelo Anthony. Um, this is not so much about him per se. This is more about the pastor, Dominique Alexander. I would love to know why the family chose this man to be their spokesperson because I can't find anything redeemable about this guy. I mean, yeah, he's the CEO of the Next Generation Action Network, which is all hunky dory. But, and however, I'm like, okay, hold up. I looked up his criminal record because people keep talking about it, and he's got forgery charges, he's got theft charges, he's got domestic violence charges, and he injured a child that belonged to one of his girlfriends and did time for that too. So, how is this man supposed to be a man of God? And how is he a spokesperson for a family that needs all the positive people in the world around him right now because he's being accused of first degree murder? How is this even possible that he is representing this family? And then has the audacity to say anything to Austin Metcalf's father for showing up to a press conference that's public, saying he was disrespecting Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony killed this man's son. Whether it was self-defense, whether it was attempted murder, it doesn't matter. This kid ended this other kid's life. So, oh my God. Crazy. So, yeah, this guy is ridiculous. I think he's a con man. I think he is being a pastor for the money. I mean, he's being sued right now for he's been evicted. I don't know how many times. Like in the last decade, he's been evicted at least 7 or 8 times, and he's got every creditor knocking down his door. I mean, he's got court dates going all the way up to September of this year for different things. So this guy is needing money. And I would not be surprised if he's trying to get like a percentage of whatever donation is going to the family from that Give, Send, Go. I wouldn't be surprised. Hmm, excuse me. So I don't know. Like I said, if I were Carmelo Anthony's parents, if they have no contract with him, I would get the heck away from him and find somebody else to speak on behalf of your family. Um, and there's been more speculation going on, like more rumors saying, oh, it wasn't a knife, it was a cleat sharpener. Therefore, it's um, self-defense, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Then there's the whole um, Carmelo's girlfriend had a thing for Austin. They didn't even know each other. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Um, or was it Austin's girlfriend? I think for Carmelo, I can't remember. It's somebody's girlfriend, like one or the other, and I don't even know. It's ridiculous. Uh, so now there is story that there is video from what happened that day, and they have not released that. I honestly don't see them releasing that until it goes to court, which means we may not see that video for a couple of years. And until that point, you're going to have this back and forth. Like it's a race issue, it's a bullying issue. Oh, I am so sorry. It's a bullying issue. It's whatever. And I don't know. Like I said, do I think the kid deserves to die? No. Do I think the kid went too far? Yes. I do think it's a couple of teenagers taunting each other and it just went too far. That's what I really think. I don't think race had anything to do with it. And it's sad because now you've got two kids. One's dead and the other one is may never see the light of day again. You know, and that's all I got to say on that. Now let's get to our highlight of the day, Lori Daybell. or Lori Vallow Daybell. And if you have no idea who she is, let me like refresh your memory. She is they call her the Doomsday Mom. She is the one that had a trail of bodies behind her and married this Mormon guy who wrote these books about the ending days and said people were zombies and dark light and good light. It was crazy. So, make a long story short, she had in the process of this, her ex-husband, her brother, Chad Daybell, the guy she ended up marrying, his wife, and her two of her three children have all died. And her ex-husband was killed by her brother because some allegations about abuse came up and they got into an altercation and her brother claimed he shot him in self-defense. Her two children, Tylee and JJ Vallow, were killed by Chad Daybell because he was convicted of their deaths. And their bodies were found buried in the pet cemetery on his property. And then you have Chad Daybell's wife, who died under mysterious circumstances. He said she was sick and but no, there's no proof of her being ill. So they think that she was murdered. And I think that's everybody. Yeah. So that's all oh yeah, and her brother Alex, who killed her ex-husband, he died mysteriously. So I don't know if it was suicide or he just died. I have no idea. Well, she was in court and she was also found guilty in the deaths of her children. And now she has been in court in Arizona being tried for conspiring with her brother to kill her fourth husband, who was Charles Vallow. So yeah, she got married a lot, and she's been found guilty. Now, what's interesting about this case is she decided to defend herself, represent herself in trial, and from what I understand, it was pretty comedic watching her do this, and she was very argumentative and yeah, it's crazy. But she said she pleaded not guilty to conspiracy to commit first degree murder. And they said the shooting was a ploy for Daybell to get rid of her estranged husband. It's, yeah. Now they have not sentenced her. Now she was already, I think, sentenced to life in Idaho for her kids. So they have not sentenced her in this yet, but she's already got life in one state. So I mean, whether you give her double life, I mean, they could. It happens. So yeah, there we have it. But that is the case highlights of this week. Now, I do know Kamani Latik's father did make a court appearance in Ohio courts. I don't know what exactly has been done with that. I need to look that case up. There's been no updates on Marissa Carmichael other than people saying that, yes, she had um, got around people that were no good, which, hello, I've been saying that for the last year or so. And she made some bad decisions, but she needs to be found. Again, also been saying that for the last year or so, you know? But there's not been any updates on her case. Let's see. We have TK Burton's trial. Well, the people that are accused of killing him, his trial's coming up. Their trials are coming up in June. Let's see. Nothing on the other Burton boy. What was his name? Tyreek Burton, the bridegroom that was killed at his reception over road rage. No one has been found in that case at all, which is very sad. Caden Allen, still no updates on that, and no updates on Caleb Maynard. But, and however, I will be doing a deep dive on Trey Meadows, the best friend and the person in the car with Caleb Maynard when he was shot. So be aware of that coming up. But yeah, that's all I got for right now, guys. So thanks for tuning in. This is Rebecca with Red True Crime. So if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It doesn't cost anything. It just helps me out. Same thing with Facebook. Follow me on that, send stars, all that good stuff, comment, share, and whatnot. So good night, everybody. It's late and I'm tired. So be weird, be rude, be safe, and thank you again. Bye.